assent. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senator Babajide Omowurare, explained that this is in accordance with the provisions of Section 58, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, and the Authentication Act of 2004. The President had withheld assent to the Electoral Bill 2021 transmitted to him on the 19th of September 2021. The Electoral Bill was thereafter revoked by the National Assembly, and both the Senate and the House of Representatives passed same on the 25th of January. President Muhammadu Buhari has again promised to do whatever it takes within the last lap of his administration to bequeath a united, peaceful and prosperous nation to the next administration. It was speaking during a dinner with the 2022 committee.
The 2022 committee is made up of, amongst others, governors, elder statesmen, captains of industry, political class, technocrats, security experts, and members of the civil society. It was convened to chart a supportive course towards addressing Nigeria's fundamental problems associated with security, economy, and polity as the nation approaches another electoral process and indeed transition.
This is the time to defend the national interest. And the 2022 committee is put together to do just that, defend Nigeria at a time of crisis and at a time of transition.
Mr. President, this committee wants to take advantage of your consistent leadership, relentless passion and patriotism to figure out how to accelerate things and ensure that the transition is seamless in a manner that can build on the gains that we have made in the course of your time in office.
President Muhammadu Buhari described as pleasing that the Nigerian elites are now working together towards building a better Nigeria. He said he feels heartened that a more collaborative social enterprise model for resolving Nigeria's common challenges is being forged, saying this is the kind of spirit he always advocated towards achieving a peaceful, secure, and prosperous nation.
This initiative you have taken is very good. I wish you had taken it much earlier.
The President expressed his administration's resolve to remain focused on the fight against all forms of insecurity, corruption, and poverty towards finishing strong in the next 14 months, as well as achieving an all-inclusive economic opportunity for all Nigerians.
The All Progressives Congress National Reconciliation Committee, led by former Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Adamu, has submitted its report to the party's caretaker and extraordinary planning committee.
Former Senate President, a member of APC Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, Ken Nnamani, received the interim report on behalf of the chairman of the CECPC, Governor Mai Malabuni.
It is very pertinent for the party to promote the philosophy of unity of purpose, to pursue national interests against personal interests, and a functional system of internal democracy to have a united, stable, and prosperous political party.
Although details of the interim report was not made public, Chairman of the National Reconciliation Committee, Abdullahi Adamu, said recommendations from the 47 petitions received and treated so far will add value to the party's desire for a national convention built on unity of purpose.
That even this morning, there are people hanging, waiting for us to still submit their petitions to us. We had promised Nigerians that we will do justice as much as is humanly possible to do justice and to give everybody who is aggrieved fair hearing.
For about 3 months now, the Abdullahi Adamu-led APC National Reconciliation Committee had been engaging aggrieved party members with a view to ensuring cohesion and unity.
guest today on our segment is former governor of Nasarawa State and senator representing Nasarawa South Senatorial District, Senator Umar Tanko Almakura. And he says certain democratic ideals must be upheld if the APC will have a national convention which will strengthen the party. The former governor spoke to Political Update.
The upcoming convention of the party is a very crucial exercise that every patriotic member of this party needs to give his best to ensure smooth convention which will usher the process of transition at the end of the second tenure of this administration. And I think for anyone that believes in this party, that is patriotic, that loves this party to progress, such person should give his best. And from bottom to top, the leaders, the critical stakeholders, and the followers. But to sum it up, I think what will make it for a successful convention will be when the party adheres to the expectation of the teeming followers of this party. And those expectations are the transparency that should be evident in the exercise. Adherence to rule of law, the Constitution. I believe even people who will lose at the convention, once they have seen beyond reasonable doubt that the process that has been embarked upon to bring officers into power has been transparent, has been consistent with the Constitution and the rule of law, I think such persons will accept the outcome of the convention, and that will be the beginning of the success of our party. That is what I consider to be what will make the convention successful.
Senator Almakura spoke exclusively to Political Update. He highlighted the attributes he believes will stand him in good stead if he emerges as the chairman of the ruling party.
You see, APC is a party that has large population. During the last exercise of registration, we have been able to attain up to 40 million members. A party with such homogeneous population requires a real focus, responsible, and fair leadership. Why I decided to throw my hat in the ring, like I said the other day, is because of my belief in the party, and also by virtue of certain pedigrees that I have been opportuned to come across. Don't forget, I was a governor when this party was formed and the merger came into being. I know how much sacrifices, commitments, efforts, challenges, those that drove the process experienced. And I feel someone who was there when the idea was mooted and also has been with the party all along up to this point in time will be in a better position to appreciate the roles everyone has played, and he'll be able to offer a responsible and acceptable mediator role to ensure that the party progresses. That is one. The second, what I'm bringing to the table is my experience in terms of party administration. I was a youth leader. I was a secretary of the party of a state. That pedigree will give me the opportunity to know the inner workings of party and how I can relate, first of all, with my colleagues in the National Working Committee and also with the teeming population out there. Secondly, my experience as governor has given me the opportunity to also appreciate the intricacies of governance as it affects party democracy. This will be brought to bear, and it can be promoted and facilitated better that when I assume office, if God wills, as chairman, I will be relating with very important people who drive the process of the party, and these are the governors. And having been governor before, I think that will lessen the burden of leadership and mutual suspicion with regard to how the party is run. Thirdly, I'm now a senator, and by virtue of that, I can be said to be in the constituency of parliamentarians, from the Senate right to the State House Assembly. I believe I will be able to get the support of these legislators, which will ease the difficulties of presiding over such a very highly sophisticated party. I believe my experience also at the Constituent Assembly 88, 89, when we fashioned the Constitution, where I met with wonderful Nigerians, people like Anthony Anagolu, who was the chairman, Babagana Kingibe, Philip Asiedu, the Ezunupe Umaru Sandan Dayako, Shegun Oshoba, the Olu of Wari, and so many people who have attained certain proficiency in their chosen profession. We came and fashioned the Constitution at that point in time. That has given me also the opportunity to appreciate what Nigeria is, so that by the time I will be chairing the party, it will just be falling back on those residual advantages that I had to ensure smooth administration of the party. So putting all this together, I think gives me gives me an edge over many of the contestants in such a manner that I will be able to run the party to the admiration of not only the followers, but even the critical stakeholders, because we will be on the same page.
Senator Omar Tanko Al-Makura there. The race for the helmsman's position in the All Progressives Party taken. Now, the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party has pledged to be fully involved in the campaign and reconciliation processes that would lead the party to victory in the Ekiti governorship election, stated for June this year.
PDP National Chairman Yochi Ayu is chairman of the 25-member Ekiti State Governorship Appeal Panel.
Anybody that does otherwise will be considered as working against the PDP, so it will be regarded as anti-party.
Briefing the media after the panel's inaugural meeting in Abuja, the party spokesperson Debo Ologoagba said the winner of the party's governorship ticket, BC Kolawole, has started reaching out to other contenders in that election, and the party will soon commence its reconciliation process to ensure that all are in one accord going into the main election.
Now, the committee and the National Working Committee appeal to all stakeholders, especially those who participated in the primary election, leaders and the teaming members of the PDP in Ekiti State, to come together
The appeal committee commended the governorship primary committee led by Governor Udomo Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State for conducting a free, fair, transparent and credible primary election. On the 2023 general election, the National Publicity Secretary disclosed that PDP is the party to beat and enjoined members of the party cutting across every divide to unite towards the attainment of the party's victory at the polls.
The African Democratic Congress has adopted the National Youth Democratic Party into its fold, saying the 2023 general election will be a watershed for the youths and the nation.
The signing of this memorandum of understanding between the National Chairman of the African Democratic Congress, Ralph Okenwosu, and National Chairman of the National Youth Democratic Party, Olayeriju David, signifies the beginning of a new journey for the ADC as it prepares for the Ekiti and Osun governorship elections and ultimately the 2023 general elections. Although the NYDP is in factions, the ADC believes that crisis is part of building a stronger political party.
The vision for a new Nigeria is a shared one that requires collaboration, strategic alignment, and alliance.
Apart from this group, we've received over 8 other people who had applied, groups who had applied for registration and even paid the needed fund. Over 8 joined ADC.
National Chairman of the NYDP, Barry Avotu Johnson, however, explains that the merger is alien to the party.
There's nobody bigger than Nigeria, and there's nobody bigger than the Electoral Act when it comes to the politics of the electioneering process of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
National Chairman of the ADC, Ralph Okenwosu, promised the new entrants into the party of equal opportunities with older members.
The National Coordinator of Baba Buhari for All, Aminu Sani Jaji, says in spite of some security challenges, the current administration has positioned the nation for growth and development.
Chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Aminu Jaji, says that governance is a collective responsibility, hence the need for party faithful to remain focused in propagating the enduring progressive ideology at all times. Government efforts in the fight against criminality, APC's stride to a national convention were among issues that got reaction during the interface.
What down the tension of insecurity is welfare. This administration, they did their best because their welfare package, I don't think there is any administration that we witness that has welfare package like this one. It is the right time because when a political year 2022, anytime when it is transition period, you know that definitely the polity is going to be topped. You know, it's not even for the party to take decision on any aspiration, being it a governor or a president. Let the aspirant decide on what to do.
He expressed the political philosophy that political powers belong to the people who determine who and how they are governed.
And just before we go, understand that the Boot Party will not participate in the Ekiti governorship election because they did not notify INEC of the venue of the primary. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu stated this in a meeting with security agencies ahead of the FCT and Ekiti governorship election.
February 1st, Mahmood's first official handshake and with security agencies to secure the Federal Capital Territory and Ekiti State for elections. Before getting to the details of the security strategies, a quick check on the INEC register for an update on the party primaries for the June 18th Ekiti governorship election.
From our field report, the Boot Party did not hold its primary election at any venue known to and monitored by the Commission. Consequently, we do not expect the Boot Party to nominate a candidate for the Ekiti State governorship election.
Boot Party will not be at the polling booths. That aside, February 12th is for the Federal Capital Territory Area Council polls, the FCT Resident Electoral Commissioner and the Commissioner of Police seated to brief the Security Committee on arrangements. But yours truly and his colleagues are not part of that segment of the meeting. But INEC Chairman's remarks give a hint to the content expected at the closed-door session.
The Commission focused on threats to specific geographical locations, proliferation of small arms and light weapons, the issue of hard drugs, presence of insurgents and armed groups, intra- and inter-party conflicts, and incidents of hate speech.
So, if these issues are addressed, then February 12th will serve as a date of delivery for new set of area council executives in the Federal Capital Territory. Mayor Okidi.
That concludes our political update. Booth Party, not part of the polling booth. Play your politics for the greater good. Don't forget that we have so many political dates this year. Just tag along, of course, with the Nigerian Television Authority, where we give you the very best of news, reviews, previews, and interviews. My name is Fisal Ogunfe. Thanking you for staying tuned. Hopefully, we'll be back again bright and with sunshine on a Friday with another tighter package. This time, of course, talking politics from all across the country. Bye-bye now.